Good morning, everyone. It's Robert here from Robert Allen Art Studio in Palgrave near Orangeville, Ontario. Welcome to my 10-minute paintings. So for the next 10 minutes or so, I'll be doing another landscape for this week. Today is Wednesday, November the 8th. So I'm actually using three primary colors today. The cadmium yellow, the ultramarine blue, and the crimson red. We've got titanium white and black as well. I'm using my half-inch shader brush, which is my favorite brush of all time. I got two number 4 round brushes here as well as a 000 detail brush, and we'll see what we can do. My thinking is I'm going to have a silhouette in this morning across the bottom here. I'm going to try and do like 3 crosses on a hillside. I'm going to do a horizon line with nice yellows and whites. I'm going to move up the spectrum a little bit of colors into oranges and yellows. And then I want it mostly to be blues and purples. And I might do a splattering of stars in the distance, almost like an evening type thing. And we'll see what we can do. So let's get started. I can come in here with my big brush. I'm going to just wet the paper down first of all. My horizon line is going to be about there, I think. So I'm just going to wet, very similar to what I do with wet on wet water paints. I'm just wetting my paper first. The paper will shrink a little bit and curl, but that's why I've taped it down so it will not do so. And the water just helps with the blending. So I'm coming in now with some white and yellow on my brush. My yellow is fairly thin, and my white, titanium white, will give it some body. I'm still going to work fairly wet, so I'm just going to make my paint a little bit thinner here. And what I'm going to do is just, there's going to be a horizon line around here somewhere. So I'm just going to start with that horizon line, put some color down. I'm going to mix in a little bit of red now. I don't want it to be, my red tends to be more crimson red, so I'm not liking that. It tends to turn very pinkish. So I know next week when I do the birds, I'm definitely going to use some true primary colors. And it'll help me control my mixing of my paints better. Come back in here with the red, just red I think by itself on my brush. I'm going to make it fairly thin. Just stroke across that. Now I wanted to get into the blues because that's where I really want it to be. So I'm going to come in next with my blue. I'm going to add some white to it because I want it to be still on the end of the spectrum where it's lighter. It's almost like a gray. I'll throw that in here. I'll blend this in a moment. I'm just trying to brush across fairly fast to get some blending in there. Going to come in with a little bit stronger blue now. Let me get a little bit wetter. I'm going to start adding some red to this blue. It'll turn into a purpley color. So red and blue make purple. So I'm just going to come into some purples. Again, I am going to water it down a little bit. Add more red now because I want it to be a darker purple. Again, a touch of black to it as well. I'll mix that over here a little bit. A little bit of a purple. You can see where I'm mixing, I hope. Again, into a purple sky. I'm doing horizontal strokes here. Just the direction of the sky. Kind of looks like a rainbow. That's fine. Okay. So I'm coming here with a fairly wet brush now. I don't want it to be as gradual to show the colors here. I do want them to blend, so I'm just going to come in here and blend this more with water. Okay. I do want it to be predominantly bluer in the sky, so I'm going to come back in here with some blues. Come back in with some whites as well. Again, I'm sure my acrylics like their watercolor, but that's okay. I do want more white in the certain part of the sky here, closer to the horizon. I do want to have more white, so I can come in here with more whites again, kind of brighten this up a little bit. Clean off my brush, just do some fairly light strokes to blend it back in again. So I'm liking that. I'm going to come in now with my, I do want some more red just by itself, I think, along the horizon line. So I'm going to throw some reds in here. I'm going to water that down a little bit. Try not to lose the color, but I do want it to be a little bit muted. There we go. Maybe a tad more yellow. Okay. So I'm liking that. I can come in now with my my lap black, or my, I guess it's Mars black. I'm going to come in fairly thick. I just want to do a silhouette type thing this morning, so then come in the bottom here really fast just to get it covered. Keep my brush fairly thick. Let's get the horizon line on here first, and then I'll do the silhouette in a second. Hope you have a good week. This is all practice. These 10-minute paintings are actually all practice. In 2 weeks' time, November the 17th, my daughter Mackenzie and I myself and 10 other artists will be part of a Hope Story event in Cambridge at the Centre of the Arts on Friday night from 6 o'clock till about 10 o'clock. And what we're doing is we're basically painting live art battles. So it'll be 12 of us in the first round. The audience votes on our pieces that we create in half an hour. We don't know what the theme is ahead of time, so it's very exciting. It is a Christian organization that's running this called Hope Story. And what they do is they basically improve the life of children in third world countries by education, better living conditions, etc. So it's a way for them to raise money for the charity. And for me, I just love painting live. I love sharing my passion with other people. And it's going to be exciting to do live painting. I've done it once before in Welland with my daughter. We did. She's always nervous about painting live, and I tell her, you know, everybody else is just as nervous as you. And it's all about having fun. And sharing your passion with other people around you. I know the audience really do enjoy watching people paint. You know, you can understand the process better. Understand that, you know, everybody has the same paints, and that's what I find so amazing in life. Everybody has the same paints. We have the same palette, and yet the end result that comes out on the canvas is so different. I'm going to stop using the round brush. I think the round brush gives me round edges, and I want to have more of a sharp edge on this. So I'm going to come back in here with my favorite brush, my half-inch shader. Just using the edge of the brush, trying to get some sharper lines on these crosses here. We'll see how that works. So 3 very basic crosses. I'm just going to do some, as if there's rocks in the distance here. Silhouettes. I'm going to come back in here with my 000 brush. Make sure it's wet first. And again, just Mars black. Just going to give a little bit of grasslands here, just kind of jag it a little bit. Do this with fan brush as well. I think I'm going to have to use my my edge brush and just make it very dry paint on here. And just kind of give the illusion of grass here, with just some rough edges. Just tapping random shapes here. There's already some there. So, that's actually about 5 minutes of my time. So I'm well ahead of my clock this morning. Again, it's a very simple silhouette. What I'm going to do is just put a couple of birds in the sky, a couple of birds flying away, seagulls, doves, crows, doesn't matter what they are, just a silhouette of a bird. I like to do things in odd numbers, because 2 doesn't quite, 2 kind of seems odd. I mean, I know it's an odd number, but uneven number rather, but it basically, to me personally, just looks odd when you see only 1 bird in the sky or 2 birds in the sky. I think usually there's 3. I saw a wonderful video on YouTube this morning of the dance of the birds. It was just thousands of birds flocking, and just the way they flew. It's just, it's really nature's dance. So let's see what we can do. Let's have one far enough away. It'd be far enough away in the distance. It'd be small. Again, it's just the shape of the bird. No details. As the birds get closer, they get bigger. So we'll have this guy over here a little bit bigger, flying towards us. And we'll actually have, I think we'll have one in the distance here. So, I think that's my painting for this morning. So, definitely under the 10-minute mark. I hope you're enjoying watching these videos. The paintings do look quite different when you peel the tape off and they have the frame. So I think I'll take the few moments I have this morning just to show you that. I do tape them to give them a nice frame look when I finish. So if you're in the Cambridge area on November the 17th, please consider dropping by the Cambridge Centre of the Arts, where you will see some fabulous artists painting live for a wonderful cause. Painting with passion. So that's for the Hope Story. You can check them out on the web as well. It's hopestory.ca. And on my Facebook page, I'll be posting some things this week for it as well. So there we are. I hope you're enjoying this piece as much as I did. I think I'm going to just do one last thing on it. And that is, I'll sign it with a white paint later. I think I'm going to just darken this up a little bit. I didn't want to give the illusion of somebody on the cross, but that is what it's kind of looking like. We'll leave it like that, I think. Come back in here with some white paint. Give it the old signature or initials. I'll just sign that quickly. That's it. So, thanks for wherever you are in the world. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.